Last season's first ever inter-squad scrimmage led to some amazing results during the season. You don't need me to tell you, 2 national championships. In front of a sold-out crowd at the XL Center, UConn defeated Boston College, number 3 in the nation, 1-0. The sole goal came in the first period by Evan Richardson. 2 teams led by 2 new head coaches, each trying to make a statement at the Rent on Saturday. Boise State came out on top 38-21, but the fight in the Huskies was on full display. It was in those final 2 minutes that Yankee Stadium was rocking. The Huskies recovered the onside kick and brought it to the 6-yard line before eventually being picked off by the Black Knights for a 99-yard touchdown return. This season, the American Conference welcomes in 3 new teams, which means brand new competition and new playing venues. They have a great chance of hosting the tournament's first and second rounds next weekend, but they'll find out for sure during tonight's selection show. The Huskies knocked down a 44-yard field goal on the opening drive of the game, but the scoring would end there as UConn was plagued by turnovers all game long. Over the weekend, 2 UConn teams brought conference championships back to stores. On Sunday, the women's soccer team claimed its first American Athletic Conference championship in a thrilling fashion. So you weren't officially named MVP, but you're certainly a winner in many fans' books tonight. What was that last play like for you?
Well, it was reminiscent of a couple of game winners.
Well, you're having quite a year, 3rd on the team in tackles, and your unit is ranked top 25 nationally. What's the mindset when you guys get on the field every game? 2 wins away, that's all that separates UConn field hockey from winning its 2nd straight national championship. UConn defeated Stanford on Sunday by a score of 3-1. The Huskies avenged one of their only losses of the season, holding the Cardinal to just 3 penalty corners and 4 shots. We're entering the final segment of the season, and it's fair to say your team has been tested not only physically but mentally all year long. Oh, yeah. The Huskies had chance to play spoiler to first place Memphis, who with a win would clinch the American Conference. All 3 of those losses have come to top-ranked teams, and that's only prepared them for what's ahead. This weekend the slate wipes clean and the Huskies enter conference play. Now, what was it like for you that moment, first time as head coach, leading your team out of the tunnel onto Rentschler Field? UConn came into an electric and rowdy Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium on Thursday night and proved that they can hang with one of the best teams in the nation. They battled inclement weather but walk away with a 37-29 victory, giving UCF its first ever conference loss. You talk about being recognized for your hard work. You specifically have been preseason player of the year. What does that accolade mean heading into your final season?
That is, I'm not a secret.
Invictus Spiritus, that is the Latin term Nancy Stevens has used to describe her team this season. It means unconquerable spirit, and that fight was on full display during Friday's national semifinal game against the number 12 University of Albany.
Compete against the very best in this league.
Both top 5 teams as well, so very exciting stuff. And now we're in the midst of another big week. We got RPI, Vermont, and BU again. All 3 games are at home. What is it like to get to go play with the girls alongside them in an inter-squad scrimmage? No other school can do something like that.
Yeah, our girls are pretty good. They're not too far from us.
UConn Athletics announced the receipt of its largest ever donation on Monday morning. The $8 million gift will go towards the building of a brand new state-of-the-art soccer complex. It wasn't a friendly welcome into the Sunshine State. The Huskies were greeted by heavy downpour all game long in their conference opener against USF. The score is not always indicative of the effort, particularly the defensive effort we saw. What was your overall assessment of the game?
Yeah, same.
Challenge each other. It's a lot of fun.
I love it. So you've challenged each other, and you've also been challenged during the games. With a lot of guys returning to the defense next year, how do you think this is going to help you moving forward? It was exactly how you'd envision a national championship game to be. The most storied Big East rivalry was at its best on Sunday in College Park. Mackenzie Townsend beautifully tipped in Adam Middendorf's shot on a first-half penalty corner, knocking in the sole goal of the day. They've got explosive playmakers of their own, and their defense is ranked number 10 in the nation. Looking both at the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball, what's going to be the biggest challenge your team will face?
Yeah, again, excellent.
It's been the story all season long. Husky turnovers translating into points for the opposition. UConn turned the ball over 5 times. And going back to Deshaun Fox, the offense doesn't see as a typical Wildcat option, but really he adds a whole other dimension. What does he bring to the offense? Because, UCF has one of the top defenses in the nation, and they really did not adjust well. Things will start clicking. You mentioned the young guys. You've been sports director at NBC 30 for a long time, and one of those young guys is Ansonia's own Arkel Newsome, who's really thriving as a freshman this year. What has it been like for you to see his success this season, and do you think he'll be utilized more moving forward?
I think he has to be.
So it's really good to see him.
And it seems like, you know, a lot of you players all proud of each other coming back. What is it really about this brotherhood of UConn basketball that brings you back year after year?
It's one big family.
And now our national champion basketball squads have a brand new training facility and one that's sure to produce future champions for years to come. They took the field indoors.